The goal for this podcast is to better our understanding through conversation. Communication is one of the easiest, yet hardest things to do. Whether that's communication of feelings, thoughts, or opinions. But through communication, new perspectives begin to take place. Throughout the various topics and opinions discussed on this podcast, we hope that we can add value, understanding, and a few laughs to your day. Thank you for listening, and enjoy the show.
Well, you know this crazy, right?
What?
This is certain people's disposition here. You see this mic?
Yeah, true.
Like for real, like you think about it, like how you expect to shine, how you expect to grow when you already leaning and your head is already toward the ground.
That's 100% true, man.
That means that you're not even, at this point, looking at this microphone right now, man, like, I know we talking about a microphone, but like everything, man, everything is an example of life if you actually see it. But if you look at this right here, man, this microphone, let's just say that this microphone was incapable of coming out the right way.
Right.
Then let's just say the right way, this is it. So that means that in the sense now it's standing straight, standing tall.
Right.
Now at this point right here, you're looking at this and you like, it's reached this peak. It's reached this peak, this position here. And if this was all it was willing to give right here, then honestly you ain't getting nothing from it.
100%.
Nothing.
It ain't even doing its purpose.
At all.
You know what I'm saying?
At all. Looking at the ground.
I think that's crazy, man.
This is people, a lot of people in life, man.
That's true.
And automatically, if you allowed them to, this would be their default.
True.
Not even understanding that. If you can't give me maximum effort, at least meet me halfway.
Right. I like how you did the segue, bro. I like how you did that segue because it's true, man. So like with that, what you said, like that's a lot of people's disposition. You know what I mean? If it was left up to them, that's how that'd be. Like I lean on a lot of people a lot of times. Like for me, like I'm an observant person, more like laid back. I like to observe, and then I you know what I'm saying, intervene or whatever the case may be. But I lean on a lot of people for support, and you know sometimes if you play that role of just trying to like observe too much, be introverted per se, then a lot of times then you listen to your own head a lot of times. You in your head a lot.
When you in your head a lot, what will ultimately happen? The more you stay in your head, if you in your head a lot, man, constantly, and you don't even have your outlet immediately, too much up top is going to still cause you to lean.
Right.
So now you're going to need to be supported.
That's true, dog.
Too many people come leaning on you, and then you don't have nobody to lean on or have an outlet, then to be honest with you, same is going to happen to you.
Right.
Now that brother, his neck to the ground.
100% true, man. That was a great analogy though, bro. I think that's inventory, right? Like taking inventory of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just have to like, you have to be able to take in advice, take in
facts.
Extra. I'm just not extra, but you have to be able to take in. You know what I'm saying?
The constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism, man. I think that's necessary, bro.
Yeah, and we call it constructive because it's not destructive.
100%.
Construct, you building. Destruct, you destroying.
100%, man.
So are we talking? So it's today's conversation about constructive criticism or destructive criticism?
Are
we talking about that?
Yeah, we could do that, man. I think we could touch on both.
Because either we talking or we not.
I think we could touch on both, bro. Like, especially destructive, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, constructive, right? Let's start with that. Constructive criticism is a lot harder to obtain to me than destructive. A little bit more.
Why you think it's difficult?
For me, it's just like we automatically drawn to the negative. You know what I'm saying? We like naturally drawn to the negative. Oh, I ain't do this right. Or I ain't do that right. This could be better. Or I need more. I need this. You know what I'm saying?
But why do you think that is? For example, if I'm saying you, okay, if I call you, if I'm your boss and I say, I need to talk to you.
Right.
When you get a moment, I need to talk to you. And I say just like that. Automatically, what you thinking?
I'm thinking like, bro.
You then went into defense.
Right.
So destruct, defense. Now here it is. You enter into the office, right? And I tell y'all, nah, don't sit there. Sit over here. This is my spot.
That's adding on to it, bro. You like,
here we go. But what's going on in your mind?
Bro, I'm like, man, I'm probably gonna get fired. I'm probably, man, my man. What I done did now?
Exactly. Bingo. What have I done now? This is so interesting. What have you done for me lately, and what have I done now?
Right.
Everybody in the world always want to ask, because it's funny because at that point in time in history, it's almost like you haven't done anything when somebody asks, what have you done for me lately? And you like, dog, like, I got all the receipts. Right. I'm that man. I'm him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, I always do.
I always deliver. You know
but now all of a sudden, just because I'm sick and I'm not, so, but now, yeah, okay, I hear what you're saying, but that was last week. We're looking at the reports. I haven't even been seeing your name in the top 10 lately. You like, bro, we talking about the top 10. I'm still in the top 15. Mm-hmm. We ain't even gonna get into that category though, because for you, what's expected is greater. But you allow yourself to think about yourself as though you're a normal person, because for sometimes in some situations we want, look, stop adding all of the baggage. Stop just like, bro, you don't say nothing to Marvin.
Right.
But you don't understand where Marvin is. See, Marvin might not even be in the top 50. Might not be, but guess what? When Marvin first started, Marvin was mopping floors. So for Marvin to even be in the company, that says a lot to Marvin.
Right.
But you can't be judging yourself according to somebody else's walk. Everybody has a different walk of life. And for you, you're see, that's the thing. For certain people, they're a go-getter. They're naturally self-driven, self-motivated. So now, if he's coming to you about being outside of the top 10, then really and truly, that's a loss. That's an L for you, the way that you walk your own life. So now he's motivating you according to your standard.
Right.
Your standard is top 5, and even if it's a top 5, if you at a 4 or 5, you still looking at yourself like, nah, I'm slacking. I ain't doing my part. So automatically when we need to talk, oh Lord.
You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, it's already in the back of your head too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That you know what's going on. That you know what's about to happen.
Yeah, it's like, man, really the conversation is really getting you. In this situation, the conversation is really getting you to challenge yourself, to restart your own battery.
Right.
Which oftentimes that's the hard thing.
It really is. Depending on the situation, what you got going on. And then also to your point, like what you said, when you hear people, I need to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's in a leadership position, I try to hear what they saying first versus how they say it. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear what they're saying first. Secondary is how they say it.
Now that's interesting, because for most people, you're gonna hear what they're saying until the tone takes over.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, hold on, is it brother? It's crazy how my mind works. I'm listening to you up until I get that extra. Then all of a sudden, is this joker trying me? Like that's 100%. Immediately. Like the other words that follow up until that point.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I feel like I just got slighted.
Like you crossed that line.
Like, hold on. Am I about to have to chastise? Mm-hmm. Like, because at that point in time, the role of leadership, all that, and I'm wrong, but I'm human. I'm telling you my weakness. All that goes out the window at this point, because now this is a violation of, for me, for epic proportions, because now the disrespect level is not even, forget a title at this point, because at the end of the day, we both put on our pants.
The same way.
We both, yeah, exactly. We both have waste that we got to get rid of within the body. All of this stuff is like, it's really and truly, we both serve a purpose in the grander scheme of it all. So now I'm like, okay, so now, even if I look at you as a boss, if I call you, sir, if I, Mr. whatever.
Right.
all of that. I need you not to get all of this twisted, because at the end of the day,
I feel you though. I feel you 100%. You know
but see, that's the thing though. You might feel me, but everybody doesn't feel that.
Nah, I feel
because
you.
and that's what I'm. Certain people get in certain points and places, and it's that power goes straight to their head.
That's true. That's true, man.
They living above the clouds. So now all of a sudden, now I might have to be that gravity to grab you by your ankles and snatch you out the sky, bring you back to the earth.
Nah, you, and rightfully so, man. I think for me, it's more or less, where is this coming from? Like, that's the question I'm asking. Okay, is it because he needs to?
At that point, I could care less where it comes from. See, for me, again, your head above the clouds, I'm gonna have to become gravity, grab you out the sky, put you back down on the earth. Some people taking it a step further. They want to put you beneath turf.
True, man.
That's
Depending
why
on how they take it.
That's why I'm saying we can't create those types of violations, man, because at the end of the day, man, it should be about respect.
Right,
but respect cannot happen without love.
100%.
You gotta have a love, even if that love not even for people. It's gotta be, you gotta love for your job. So for that reason and that reason alone, I'm not gonna cross a certain line. So my love for understanding what's going on in the job itself. Now I'm gonna treat this brother with respect, and I wanna do everything in my power to be in the right standings. But some people, I hate to say it, some people, they'll look at you. About time you made it.
Bruh.
Now have a seat. Like, listen to how they start off. Now have a seat.
That's true, man.
Mr. Royal, do you know why you're here?
Straight business.
Yeah.
Business.
Not even how you see, a lot of time before you, and I'm not saying kiss behind. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it's a right and a wrong way to do everything. Sometimes you call somebody into the office, you have to have a talk. Or have to have a talk with whoever the individual is, whether that person is close to you or not. You know, first of all, you'll find out a lot by just asking a question. What I mean by that, asking a question to a person. And you can always tell if that person matters or not to another person by how they phrase the question. Hey, brother, I just wanted to get you in today, man. It just, I want to ask, is everything okay with you, man? Like, in your personal life, are you going through some things? I'm asking because your work isn't conducive to Mr. Royal type of quality. And the only reason I'm having this conversation, now to be honest with you, I wouldn't necessarily have to have this conversation with everybody, because what you are giving is still passing, but by your standards, it's not. It's lacking. So now, judging you by your own quality and your own standard, I would like to have a talk with you to make sure, is it any way that I can take and I can better put you in a position to win, or put you in a better position to get, to maximize your ability to succeed.
Right.
Because your ability, like your potential is great. But I don't want to sit up there and I don't want to cap off your potential because I'm not putting you in the best situation to be conducive to the level of success that your potential would allow you to have.
I definitely 100% feel that, man. And that's, I think, coming at it from that standpoint, well received at all stances.
Exactly.
For me, it's like and we probably both have, man. Like, we've met some people that, their talking style is a lot different. They're a lot more abrasive with their talking style.
Aggressive.
Aggressive, right? You know what I'm saying? They come off drill instructor style. And that's where I have to take a step back before, like, for me personally, I'm like, okay, where is this coming from? Like, is he coming at me personally, or is he coming at the performance I gave? You know what I'm saying?
But the moment you have to question that, that's not good.
Because for me, I don't want to jump straight to like, hey, bro, hold up. You ain't got to talk to me. Sometimes right. It's granted. No, but sometimes it's granted.
But you're right.
You know what I mean? I want to test the waters first.
But you got to be careful with testing the water. It's like, hey, the best way to test the water, boy, you pick up a rock and try to, hey, let me see, man. Let me see how deep that thing is down there. You
feel me? You feel me?
But with that, what I'm saying, in a situation like that, it shouldn't have to be like that.
Right.
Because number one, from a standpoint of a leader, You shouldn't present me with the question of, you shouldn't provoke me to sit up there and to think to myself, okay, am I about to have to get disrespectful back with him?
Right.
It should never be like that. Because if you, in your mind, you thinking, okay, this is, okay, the first time you question it, hey, did this sister just come at me kind of crazy? All right, now I'm gonna try to hear out, but immediately you still think about that. Then all of a sudden, yeah, because see, I done told you before. Oh, hold on, wait a minute now. All right, that's the second time. The first, I knew I wasn't tripping. Let her say it one more time. Let him say it one more time. And, hey, he about to see what time it is. I've been waiting to show him this S on my chest. You know what I'm saying? All that. But see, it should never get to that point. It should never get to that point. And so let's talk about that. From the perspective of you, if I'm your supervisor, or if I, have a level of leadership, so how do you think the best way to deal with that situation?
Me personally, man, I try to come at it from an angle of like, okay, like you did earlier. Hey, you know what I'm saying, Mr. E, I brought you in today for XYZ, and I just wanted to hear you out to see.
Hold on. I want to react this out. I want to act this out. Okay, cool. So you done brought me in, right?
Right.
So, all right, from the jump, you say, I would like to talk to you when you get a chance. So now I done came in. This is my disposition here.
All right, we in character. E, that's serious though. All right. All right, Mr. E. I brought you in today. I'm glad you came to see me. I appreciate you taking the time to come see me. But I wanted to come talk to you today because a couple weeks ago, we ran the cameras back. We saw some things that were questionable. And I just wanted to get your side of it. Before we jump to conclusions, before we jump to, you know what I'm saying, the next few steps, I want to get your side of it to help explain what was going on. Do you have anything to say on it?
I mean, you the one looking at the camera.
Well, take a minute to take a look at this and see if you can walk me through what was going on.
I mean, you already said you looked at the camera. See, that's the thing. See, that's what I already was assuming in my mind. The fact y'all always looking at the camera. Y'all always looking at me. See, y'all always looking at me. Nah, see, I let you talk. I'm gonna go ahead and I got this.
All right.
So my thing is this here. Yeah, I did it because to be real with you, I wanted to set y'all up to see if it was what I thought it was. See, y'all are looking at me. Y'all have been looking at me for a whole month now. Because every other day I keep getting people coming to me asking me, did you happen to do this? You did that? I'm planting seeds for y'all to see if y'all looking at me. So what's up? So what is the issue here? Because I feel like now it's a direct violation of my privacy, because I feel like now it's borderline harassment at this point. So let's talk about it.
Well, Mr. E, these are the infractions that happen. You know, based on the policy that we gave you when we first started. Remember, we mentioned to you that these are the policies, these are the instructions. Read over them on your own time. But these are the requirements to complete this job. You know what I'm saying? These few steps, these are the ones you're in violation of, and these could be potentially serious. Safety on your part is our concern. Safety on our part, and then the liability of the product that we're serving. So we got to make sure that everything is in line so that you are not affected by it. We're not affected by it.
I'm already affected by it though, because I'm steady being harassed. So that's what the point is. I'm being harassed. We're gonna keep. Okay. I hear what you're saying, but you're not hearing what I'm saying. Because if you was hearing what I'm saying, then you will understand that the reason why I'm here, sitting here today, is because y'all harassing me. But ain't nobody gonna talk about the harassment though. Every day. Matter of fact, you know what? You doing your part, right? So I've been sitting up there. See, in my phone right here, I got times, and I got it all jotted down where I'm being harassed about this, that, and the other. So talk to me about this. Why is that?
Well, all right, Ms. C's. Explain to me what areas of harassment that you feel, because if you were following the policy and there's concerns on the policy that you feel like may infringe upon things that you may not be comfortable doing, let us know that. You know what I mean? That we could try to work around to get you in a position that, may not be as, we could get you in a position that better fits you, or we can possibly free up the position so that you can find something that better suits you.
So now you're trying to fire me.
No, what I'm saying is
free up the position. Now you're trying to get rid of me.
If you don't feel like these are policies that you can follow based on what you're comfortable with, then by all means,
What I'm
not
comfortable with is the fact that y'all keep harassing me. That's what I'm not comfortable for. That's what I keep stressing right there. Let's talk about that, the harassment.
All right, Mr. E. Well, this is what we could do. We could get you in contact with the HR rep.
Please. Thank you.
That way, you can mention to her your concern.
Thank you.
And we can run it through the proper channels.
Yeah, thank you.
That's how I would try to handle it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I try to handle it. But at the same time, though, man, you have to be careful because, you know, those situations are tricky, man. I always go situational based.
Man, look.
Situational based.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I try to make that as tough as possible for you, too.
that was on point, though.
Because you know what? Like, because, and I say, honestly, I feel like you did your best to handle that in the best way possible. Now, if I may say a little something on how you handled it, right? So in a situation like that, you have two sides that are standing their ground. You standing your ground from where from a leadership standpoint, and then the gentleman standing his ground from the fact that he feel like he being harassed, and that's not changing. And he then said, not really and truly, that situation could really be. Because that brother, they already got documentation.
You feel me?
And that brother sitting up there saying, I've been planting seeds just to see if it is what it is. So, like, with that.
You feel me? That's civil suits, bro.
That brother,
he coming for it all.
He
coming for it all, man.
Hey, for real. So, like, in a situation, like playing a role from the role in which you play, right? How I would have handled it. I would have, after I got finished talking, I would have came to him and heard him out. And I would have started, number one, now it's about trying to put that fire out. That brother got a whole lot of fire in his chest. You want to try to put that out. And so the brother already let you know, I feel like I'm being, what?
Harassed.
He's being harassed. So let's address that elephant in the room. The worst thing you can do is by not addressing his exactly. Yeah. And the man feel like he's under attack. There is something about harassment. Because number one, at that point, think about it. You going back and you talking about what he signed at the beginning before he got the job and everything about, he know all of that. But now you got to think about it from his perspective. Now, again, harassment is going to be the ultimate reason why he's not going to be doing his job to the best of his ability. Because the brother already feeling like, man, anything I do, you know what I'm saying, I'm being watched constantly. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, let's get to that. Let's address that. So how I would handle that, I say, hey, sir, oh, really? I was unaware of this. But now that you're bringing that up, and you got documentation. Okay, Mr. E, Mr. E, great. Tell you what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you in contact with the HR, or I'll go ahead and I'll call the HR, call them in there right now, and together we can work this whole situation out. Because, I would hate to even think of myself having to work in those type of conditions. It's not right. And then on top of that, you say you got the individual's name as well of who? Okay, well, we'll call them in as well. Let's go ahead. We'll get all of this ironed out. You don't want to sit up there and make it seem like you're taking a side, making it seem like he's not important, because at that point, to be real with you, this whole thing, a lot of certain things can be, they can be corrected if allowed to be corrected at the right point in time.
True.
Even in that situation, he already got names, he already aggressive. It could already be a little too late, but you don't want to be part of that paperwork also. Right. So for you do the job in which I'm in a point of leadership, so let me handle it like a leader. And you can't be biased, even if that's one of your teammates. And I know you probably with him anyways, because I see that's your boy. Y'all eat lunch together and all that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know your boy stay up there. He the main reason why I can't get my job done. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
That's true though, man.
You just never know.
Man, call him by first name. Lewis.
You just don't know. Because see, now this man, you don't know how deep them situations run. This man could be talking to his ex or something like that. But see, that part you do know, because y'all eat lunch together and the man already told, man, that man, I don't know why I don't even know what she seeing him. But still, now you in the situation, you just don't know. But you gotta dot your I's and cross your T's.
True.
So it can't be, it can't be biased. You got to be unbiased in a situation like that. So all I'm saying,
Nah,
hey,
I
you
think
did
that's-
wonderful on that, bro.
Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? I was like, let me slide this to the HR, let them handle that.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm
sometimes
saying?
you got to slide the HR in there a little sooner.
Bro.
Can't go back and forth about the policy and all. Once he knew, but when he said, "Okay, I got time," they all look. It's deeper than that. Like harassment. Look, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and matter of fact, let me go in and get the individual, and then, again, you wanna handle it. Sometimes it ain't even good to get the individual. You need to get somebody else in and the individual because it's like that thing. It can get out of control.
Telling you, it's like, situations like that happen all the time, especially in the workplace, bro. You gotta know how to navigate and not turn it into more than what it is.
Exactly.
Or escalate the situation
Exactly.
even further. Cause, bro, I'm telling you, man, them lawsuits, man, it's serious.
Exactly.
You
And that's
feel
why
me?
I wanted to, that's why I said let's go ahead and act it out too. I wanted you to see the whole disposition too. When a brother back there like this here too, and automatically no. Hey, but the thing about it, the man had respect because he didn't jump in your car the one time. Not
was
until
listening.
all of a sudden he waited, you stopped, then that's when he went in.
True.
But all this here, that head rocking, that man, hey. But you didn't even see the legs. See, that's the part you can't never see. The
The
leg
leg
tapping.
shaking.
Oh yeah, that brother, hey, one moment he ready to explode.
That's hilarious.
That,
dude.
but it's hilarious.
funny,
but it's
bro.
like you got to pay attention to body language.
True.
Naturally, and you, I need to talk to you when you get an opportunity. So now let's say he didn't sit down. The man
he
slouched
came
down.
ready.
Yeah, that man.
Hey, bro.
Okay, so one thing. So outgrowing your situation.
Right.
Outgrowing your situation. Now we talk about this for a second. When you hear that topic, just outgrowing your situation.
Yeah.
What comes to your mind?
Outgrowing the situation. Moving past like current help. Moving past current stepping stones or like things that held you back. Outgrowing that situation. You know what I'm saying? You no longer should either be where you are or you're too big for where you are currently. You know what I'm saying?
So one way or the other, growth.
Right.
Growth leading you to a point in which it doesn't even look comfortable
Right.
to be in that situation. It's too easy for you a lot of times, and sometimes you need to challenge yourself to go ahead and it's time to graduate. So in a situation like that, outgrowing your situation, if we talk about it in a manner such as, well, that individual that outgrew that situation, why they still there?
Right.
What are you processing from that?
You could be doing way more with yourself. Why are you still what is holding you back? Then moving on.
Cool. So the why. What do you think? What's the talking points behind the why on that?
It could be a number of things like what is your routine like? You know what I'm saying? What are your daily activities? You know what I'm saying? Are you doing things that's helping you grow? Or are you doing things that might be holding you back? Are you holding on to things that you should have let go? That you should cut ties with? Or you continue to hold on to them? You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that popped in my head because I think like routine is super important, and the types of things you do on a daily basis or a weekly basis lead up to where you're gonna go. Like it's your GPS.
Routines. Let's talk about those for a second. Outgrowing your situation. What can lead you to a situation in which you clearly
Right.
you're in this situation now? All right, so I'm gonna attack this from a negative point of view from this outgrowing your situation. So here it is. Your routine has been for a few years. You really, let's just say you're eating is unhealthy. You play sports, this, that, and the other. But at this point in time in your life, it all works out because your metabolism seems fast. All of a sudden you got athleticism. And to be honest with you, you just got this hustle.
Right.
This natural hustle. Even when a coach talks to you about position or a technique on how to do certain things, you don't really listen to the coach. So in a sense, you're often getting caught out of position, but the fact those other intangibles work out in your favor because you're so athletic, You got this natural will to wanna do, wanna do right by the team, and or whether it's just wanting to do right by yourself. So that allows you to make the play on the back end.
Right.
But you're looking at it and you like, we should have never even had to get to the back end. If you would have just played your technique right or just worked within a system. Then a year or so goes by. Now all of a sudden, you picked up a little weight. But you're still doing the same thing. Your routines never change.
Right.
The routines such as you're eating unhealthy, the routines such as you're not wanting to listen to the technical side of things, understanding techniques, things like that. It's getting worse now because now you can't make the plays you did before because now your athleticism has diminished.
Right.
Because a lot of that stuff is connected.
That's true.
100%. So
100%.
now what?
Wherever you could start at, you know what I'm saying, whether it's with your diet, removing something from it, replacing it with something, it could be with the way you attack the game. It could be with the way you'll approach your, your athleticism, stretching beforehand. But you got to be able to start, where you start at it don't matter where you start at, but just to start is the main key. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like we talking about athletics, working out, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say you fell off a little bit. You know what I mean? You're not where you used to be weight-wise or in shape-wise. You're breathing a little bit harder. Things like that's a little harder to do what you used to do a year ago or a couple months ago. Start out with just, hey, man, I'm going to do a workout one time a week. Mm-hmm. Just one time a week, bro, for the next 2 weeks.
Now, hold on. Now, it's interesting. You say just start off with. You talking about starting.
Yeah, bro.
So let's talk about just starting.
Right.
You talking about a week. Somebody already defeated by the thought of a week. No start a day.
Yeah, that's just what I meant.
Yeah,
1 day a week. Yeah, just one time out of the whole week.
Matter of fact, look, my goal for the day is to go in the gym.
Right.
And when I make it in the gym, actually get dressed out and go inside of the gym and give a 30-minute workout.
That's it, 30 minutes. Light something light.
Even if I'm on a treadmill for 30 minutes.
That's it. That's
you won that day. Then the next day, okay, the 30 you spent on the treadmill, let's trim that down now to like 20 minutes maybe. And let's go and spend 10 minutes on an actual something like lifting or something.
Right. That's it.
Even if you just using your own body weight and you on your tiptoes picking up your whole body weight on your toes, working on your calves.
Calf raises.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Just curling the bar.
Yes.
You feel me?
Whatever. Yep. Getting used to just carrying that around.
That's it, bro. You know what that's called? It's called laying the brick. You know what I'm saying?
That's called foundation.
Right, bro.
That's what laying the brick. Matter of fact, even before you even pick up a brick to put it down on the ground, the one thing that a lot of people don't understand about the foundation, you got to make sure that the foundation is the ground itself. You want to make sure that the ground itself is conducive. This applies to building and this applies to, crops. You can't just stick a seed in the ground, any ground, because to be honest with you, that ground might need to be broken up. It might. Right. Everything has to, before you start it, you have to really go out there, man, and do the work to make sure that the foundation is suitable for something that's, sustainable.
Nah, that's 100% true, man. And I think too, I feel like that's working forward, working backwards. We're starting. You start, and it lets you know what needs to be done next. Like, for instance, like you said with the ground, you could just put the ground in that's starting putting the seed in the ground. Then you realize, okay, dang, this soil is not conducive to growth right now. I need to break it up, and then you figure out the next step by starting that first step.
Let me ask you this here now. So to me, it's just me now. So right now we bouncing this off each other. We just talking.
Right.
Now you tell me whether I'm wrong or not. You say it could just start by you find out a lot about the ground by sticking the seed in there. Mm-hmm. I might beg to differ. I can look at certain grounds and I can tell, well, you don't put no seed in there. You can look at certain ground, like you can look at the ground in certain areas and you can tell the ground is hard.
Right.
You know that. So why were you still trying to stick a seed in there? And we know it's hard.
100%. True.
True. That if it looked like it'd give a shovel a hard time. Bruh,
it's all dry, cracked up on the top.
Exactly,
right,
bro.
Right,
no.
First step for that was just going out and observing the ground. You
That's
know what I'm saying? That you
That's it.
went out to even just see what was going on with it.
So
You know
that
what I'm
means
saying?
first thing sometimes go inside of the gym, look around,
That's it, bro.
scout out the land.
That's real though, man. I think that a little bit that applies to like just regular life. You know what I'm saying? Like just the hustle bustle, just going in, doing great, like just going through regular life, man. You get stuck on where you used to be and not where you at. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
And then you have to start where you at now. Because I remember when I used to be running 3 miles, 6 miles, things like that.
Yeah.
Now I'm not at that current position, but I can start from here to get back to that condition. The same way I did it back then to get into the same condition I was, it's not going to be the same way, but I could work my way back to that. Does that make sense?
Interesting. So, in the sense what you saying, and you tell me if I'm wrong, sometimes it takes a level of acceptance. You got to accept where you are currently.
Right, bro.
Now, the goal could always be, I remember where I used to be. But this version of self not ready for what what used to happen.
Not even close.
So accept where you are currently.
Right.
So what can I do now?
100%.
How do I start from where I'm at?
Right.
That's it.
Man, dude, that's the best question you can ask, man. And it varies, man, because you in a new element. You know what I'm saying? You in a new frame of mind.
Exactly.
You in a new body. You know what I'm saying? You in a new environment sometimes. And you just have to, like you said, first accept it, man. And then you can work from point A. You could plan point A. You could start at point A. You know what I'm saying? And go from there.
You know what's interesting too, man?
What's up?
This wouldn't be so hard if every day, routine. We were talking about, this whole thing started off routine, right? But should we really ever fall into a routine? When really, the one thing that would make everything that much easier, even if we forced to have to start over from ground zero, a renewed state of mind. Every day you wake up, like if you got a renewed state of mind, although you know where you currently are in your life,
right?
You know, in your mind, I guess it becomes not even buying into the I'm a man approach. You can be one of the best things wherever you are in your field. But if you have a renewed state of mind, then that renewed state of mind will allow you to wake up each and every day and say, hey, what can I work on today?
Right.
What didn't I do a good job of yesterday? You know, all of these things, renewing your mind. That's how you become sharper. That's how you become, that'll allow you to always understand that we've never arrived. The fight never stops. The good battle continues. So if we renew our state of mind and we understand, okay, even if you feel like I've picked up on this today, I picked up on this whole month, I've been learning this, that, and the other. Now, look at everything around you.
Right.
So a renewed state of mind would teach you about your surroundings at this point. Why does the world operate like that? Now you're studying everything around you.
100%, bro.
So with that, it allows you to understand how to move accordingly in certain spaces.
Right. And what you're saying is like you said, renewing your mind, man. It's almost like an updating process because you have to learn, even with technology. Like even myself, bro.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm used to, going outside playing. Now we got more technology, more games. So I have to renew my mind to survive or operate in that environment. You know what I'm saying? That new way of thinking. It could be with technology, touch screens. It could be with cars. It could be with, you know what I'm saying? And each generation has that. You know what I'm saying? As we progress. You have your own level of acceptance that you have to accept. Okay, this is what I accept about myself. This is what I want to keep. This is what I want to, what I need to change. Things like that. And I think like acceptance of where you are now presently is what I'm thinking of, because it's like, okay, even waking up, like, okay, I used to wake up 4:35 to go to the gym and work out, do whatever. Now in my current position in life, with everything I got going on, I might not be able to do that. I might not be able to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym.
Something just hit me, right? Maybe we looking at this wrong.
In what way?
Like, for example, the word itself, renew. First of all, let's start with the root word. Re, right? What does that really mean?
Yeah,
Do
right.
it over, right? So again, let's look at now, new. What does new really mean? Unseen.
Right. Hasn't been.
Yeah. So, but by the good book, there is no new thing under the sun. It means it's already been done. So automatically we tricking ourselves into believing that something's new. So now, so if the word tell us there's no new thing under the sun, right? And the root word in the word means means what? To do it again. Automatically, what are we really saying here?
Right.
Renew. To renew.
To do over again.
To do over again, no matter what. That means there is no new. So the trick is when you wake up every day, you starting at zero again. See the world for what it is. See the world for a box that, yeah, it's ever changing. But even in the midst of ever changing, things are going to always remain the same.
Right.
Certain things is just going to be what it is. Like left is always going to be left, right is always going to be right. 100%. And then you're going to always have people that's going to flock to one side and then other people that's going to flock to the other side. Then you're going to have certain people on one side, they're going to put a color on that side, and then other people going to put another color on this side, and now you got two people battling over a color in a side.
Man, I feel like the basic foundations or like the elements of certain things are the same.
Exactly.
It just helps you navigate it even easier. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
It should.
It should. Yeah.
It should.
It should.
But
man,
again, it's all about the state of mind. Renew your mind. It's like that's before going into battle or in the midst of battle. Let's call battle a game, and the game has 4 quarters. The first quarter, if you can't make the changes within the first quarter, and then now all of a sudden you can't make the changes within the second quarter, and then all of a sudden you get awarded something called halftime, now you get the whole team, you go off. You get a chance to step away from it. Mm-hmm. But now you can evaluate it from a different perspective, because now people will be more willing to listen to you because in their mind, I'm not in the midst of it anymore. I'm able to disconnect from it, but I can connect by speaking on it.
Right, 100%.
Now you get a chance to renew your mind, so to speak. Now let's go back to the basics. Is 1 plus 1 still not 2? Yeah, coach, it is. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then you know what to do.
You about to go play the second half of the game. You never played that second half of the game, but you've played the game.
You played enough now to understand the rules of engagement.
Right. And that's, you could come out with a different way of thinking. I associate renewing with different way. I associate renewing with a different way of thinking, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about it differently. You know what I mean?
That's what it is, man. It's a winner's mentality.
Right.
Renew your mind. Because to be honest with you, if you still think about things from the past and from the old, if you did things, let's call the past version of yourself, the old man. So if the old man had you doing things in which you got drunk, things in which you was ashamed of, things in which, you set up their man and you was a question mark. Interesting analogy. A question mark. What is a question mark? A question mark, in a sense, a question mark cannot exist without your head being hung like this.
Right. 100%.
So, you know what I'm saying? In a sense, your head was down at some point. That's a question mark. Your head face down. So now, how do we go from a question mark to an exclamation point? That means standing straight up, standing on whatever it is, standing on your taking life, standing on whatever your willpower will allow you to stand on. Mm-hmm. How do we go to that? It's like we got to understand something. It comes a time in which you definitely have to be prepared. You have to be prepared for obstacles. You have to be prepared for adversity. And you have to be prepared for the fact that when you face those, at some point in some time, you will be affected. Let's just be honest with you.
Right.
You will be touched. You're not untouchable. You will be touched. But will you be killed by it? Will you be redefined by it? Will you be, traumatized by it to the point to where now all of a sudden you tranquilize? You can't even move because of it. That's traumatizing. Will you allow that situation to do that to you? Or will you challenge your head to now say, you know what? My head all this time, I was thinking that this was the right positioning for me. that question mark position. Now you asking all the questions in life, but the one question that you fail to ask, that you are now just asking yourself, what happens if I decide to stand straight up? Will I truly be more? Am I truly capable? What happens if I just try?
Maybe you may be questioning yourself in a certain situation instead of standing up in the situation, trying to figure out a way out, if that makes sense. And it sounds like so cliche, but I feel like it's always a good in every situation that you're in. It's always a way to learn a lesson to figure out how to get out from it. You know what I mean? Like from you in point A, you trying to get to point D. You're not stuck in A. It's possible to get to D. You just have to stand up in that situation. You know what I mean? And like I said, it sounds cliche, but I always feel like in any adversity in life that you reach, it's always a way to figure out how to overcome it. I may not overcome it like you did.
You're right.
But I will overcome it how my potential will allow me to do it. You know what I mean?
And why is that? We talking about standing up too, and we talking about all that. But maybe it's a matter of, in layman's terms, maybe it's a matter of readjusting. And maybe you weren't fitting because if the game shows you to be like pieces, many pieces, everybody make a piece to a puzzle, maybe you weren't fitting because you didn't readjust yourself. The moment you readjust yourself, then all of a sudden you fit. But you were trying to force it without even readjusting yourself.
Bro. That's so real, man. I think a lot of times that's really how it is too. You know what I mean? We coming at it from the wrong angle. Right. Whether it be from past, whether it be from whatever, we're not willing to readjust and look at it from a different, like you said, look at it from a different angle. That's so real, man. We get stuck.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
I like that, man. That was dope. Hey, man. You know what I'm saying?
I can't take credit for that, man.
Sensei.
I can't take credit for that. All above.
Bro. So word for thought, man. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? Like how we just talked about that, bro. Stand up in your situation. I think that's a great point. Stand up and start. You know what I mean? That's really been on my mind lately. Is just start. You know what I'm saying? Just take the first step to start.
So stand and start. Stand, start.
And the reason why is just because, like, this whole conversation we've been talking about, certain things, and I'm into fitness, right? And sometimes, you're not at the level that you used to be, and it discourages you, and you just like kind of throw your hands up at certain points. And I think that for me, the last few weeks, and especially this week that just passed, it's been just starting. You know what I mean? I come home, do a little 30-minute workout. It may not be the hour and a half I used to do, or the hour I used to do, or the weights I used to do. It's a 30-minute body workout. It's a 30-minute jump rope circuit. It's a 30-minute, dumbbell circuit. And it's like, those are still improvements. Those are still laying bricks. I'm still going to get to my goal. I may not be able to do it in one junction. It may take individual little small inserts, but I'm still going to get there. You know what I mean? And that's just been my main thing. Just stand up and start. You know what I mean? Just, you got to start. And we think sometimes we got to have it all planned out, or it's got to look like this. I got to be in the gym for an hour and getting all body parts and hitting all body parts. Simple body workout, simple jump rope, simple run, simple walk. You know what I mean? It's going to get you to that point. So cool. You just got to start.
I like that. So stand, start. Mm-hmm. I guess you're going to throw it on me. I guess we can't just end it like that. SS, super sport. But SSA, stand, start, adjust.
That's it, bro.
That's it.
Stand, start, adjust. I like that, bro.
SSA.
Hey, man. We'll end it on that, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, this has been a Real Talk podcast. Appreciate you guys listening, man. Really enjoy doing this podcast, man. Appreciate you guys. Continue to like, share, comment. And this has been a Real Talk podcast, man. Peace.
Real talk.
Real talk. We appreciate you giving us a listen. If you like this episode and would like to engage with us or support, reach out through our social media platforms, linked in the description, and tune in every Thursday to check out new episodes. See you next week.